In an increasingly tense global landscape, two nations stand at the center of a potential military storm: China and the US. With both countries possessing cutting-edge weaponry, they hold in their arsenal technologies capable of reshaping the dynamics of global warfare. Among the most dangerous of these are hypersonic missiles and high-powered laser systems, technology so advanced and potentially devastating that only these two superpowers are currently poised to wield them effectively on a global scale. Recent developments and posturing from China have heightened concerns within U.S. defense circles. Over the past few years, China's actions in the South China Sea and its military drills have signaled an aggressive stance, particularly toward Taiwan, a self-governed island that China claims as its own. The implications for the U.S., a long-standing supporter of Taiwan, are significant. A notable event occurred in August 2020 when China's People's Liberation Army Rocket Force, or PLARF, launched several ballistic missiles from mainland China into the northern region of the South China Sea. These launches were believed to simulate strikes on enemy ships and were interpreted by many analysts as a deliberate show of force. At the time, American reconnaissance assets, including the U.S. Air Force Cobra surveillance aircraft, were reportedly in position to monitor the launches, further highlighting the tension. The missiles involved in the exercise included the DF-21D and DF-26B, both potent ballistic missiles with significant range. The DF-21B, often dubbed the carrier killer, is a medium-range ballistic missile with an effective range between 600 to 1,900 miles. Meanwhile, the DF-26B, which is larger and categorized as an intermediate-range missile, can reach distances between 1,800 and 3,500 miles. This range allows Chinese forces to strike targets far at sea, such as U.S. Navy vessels, while remaining safely out of reach. Should a conflict erupt over Taiwan, these missiles could play a central role in China's strategy to neutralize American naval superiority, especially considering the sheer power and size of the U.S. Navy. With the world's most extensive fleet of aircraft carriers, roughly a quarter of the global total, America's naval dominance is unmatched. In terms of flight deck area, U.S. carriers alone offer more operational space than all other nations combined. However, this strength also makes them prime targets. Rather than building an equally massive fleet, China appears to be focusing on using its missile technology to pierce the defensive bubble around these carriers. Both DF-21D and 26B are believed to carry maneuverable warheads capable of reaching hypersonic speed. Faced with escalating threats, the U.S. Navy is urgently working on innovative defensive tech that can neutralize incoming ballistic and hypersonic missiles. One of the most promising developments is Project Meteor, an initiative designed to develop a new kind of directed energy weapon known as a high-power microwave system. Unlike traditional kinetic defenses, an HPM weapon disables its targets by emitting intense bursts of microwave energy. This disrupts or destroys the electronic systems inside missiles, drones, and other threats. One key advantage of HPM weapons over even laser-based systems is their ability to produce varied effects. From subtle electronic interference to total system failure, HPM offers scalable responses depending on the tactical situation. Additionally, HPM systems can engage multiple targets rapidly thanks to their wide area beam effect. This makes them ideal for countering drone swarms or numerous incoming threats at once. What makes HPM technology especially attractive for naval use is its potential for virtually limitless usage. As long as the system is connected to a reliable power source, it can continue firing without the need to reload, unlike conventional missile systems. This makes HPM weapons not only more flexible, but also more cost-effective. Currently, the U.S. Navy is often forced to use expensive interceptor missiles, costing millions of dollars to counter relatively cheap offensive weapons. This disproportionate cost per engagement is not sustainable, especially during prolonged operations far from home. Recent engagements with Houthi forces in the Red Sea illustrate this issue. The Houthis have used a range of low-cost offensive tools including kamikaze drones, unscrewed surface vessels, and underwater explosives to harass U.S. ships. Each of these threats must be intercepted, often using high-value defense assets. An HPM weapon could radically reduce the cost burden by providing an effective lower-cost alternative. To support the development of this vital tech, the U.S. Navy has allocated a significant fund. In fiscal year 2025, over $9 million has been requested for the Meteor program, following an earlier request of $13.5 million in fiscal year 2024, when the project was still known as RedCat. Although the reasons for the name change are unclear, the strategic objectives remain the same: develop a cutting-edge directed energy weapon capable of countering modern missile threats. Until HPM technology matures and becomes fully operational, the U.S. Navy must rely on its current missile systems, particularly the SM-6. This missile stands out as one of the most advanced and versatile in the U.S. arsenal, capable of intercepting airborne threats and defending against terminal-phase ballistic missile attacks and striking surface ships. The SM-6 is a true multi-role weapon. One of the most notable aspects of the SM-6 is its design, which incorporates features from various missile systems. It combines the propulsion systems from the SM-3, the airframe, and the SM-2, and the secret technology of the Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile. This hybrid design gives the SM-6 exceptional performance across multiple domains. Critically, the SM-6 is equipped with an active radar seeker, allowing it to lock on and engage targets beyond the line of sight of ship-based radar. This over-the-horizon targeting capability is essential for modern naval warfare, where enemies can launch attacks from well outside radar range. In real-world tests, the SM-6 has proven its effectiveness. In 2016, it set a record for the longest-range air warfare intercept in U.S. naval history. This missile can reach altitudes over 110,000 feet, travel at speeds up to Mach 3.5, and accurately hit targets up to 230 miles away. Its powerful blast fragmentation warhead is designed to destroy a wide range of threats, including high maneuverable hypersonic missiles. Vice Admiral John Hill, director of the Missile Defense Agency, has emphasized that the SM-6 is currently the only U.S. missile capable of engaging hypersonic threats effectively, underscoring its importance in the Navy's defense strategy. Rather than being seen as replacements for one or another, the Meteor HPM weapon and the SM-6 are more appropriately viewed as complementary components of an integrated defense system. Each has unique strengths that can address specific gaps in the other. The SM-6 provides a proven, long-range kinetic solution, capable of intercepting high-speed, maneuverable threats at extreme distance. Meanwhile, the HPM system offers a rapid-fire, cost-effective method for neutralizing smaller, swarming threats or degrading the electronics of incoming missiles before they reach their targets. Together, these technologies could form a layered defense strategy that enhances the U.S. Navy's ability to operate safely and effectively in contested environments. By combining high-end ballistic missile interceptors with next-generation directed energy systems, or DEW, the Navy can prepare for a future where threats come faster, in greater numbers, and at a lower cost than ever before. In a world where strategic competition between superpowers is intensifying, technological innovation in a military defense force has never been more critical. The evolving threat from China's ballistic and hypersonic missile capabilities demands a robust response from the United States through programs like Meteor and advanced missile systems like the SM-6. The U.S. Navy is working to ensure it retains superiority at sea, and that's not just for today, but also covering well into the future.